Good morning, kiddos. Today we're going to learn about finding the area of some quadrilaterals. On the right, under the example, is a rectangle. So we're going to learn how to solve some quadrilaterals using that example. But first, steps to solve it. First, we need to write down the formula. And we are going to use the formula area equals base times height. Some people use length times width, but we use base times height because I feel that's going to get us prepared for the MCAs better, because that's the formula they choose to show you. Second step is to substitute values of the rectangle for the formula, and the third step is to solve. So using the example, first we need to write down the formula. Area equals base times height. Now we're going to substitute, so there's nothing to solve for area because we don't know it yet. So area is base, it's going to be 5 times height, which is going to be 2. So area is going to be 5 times 2, which is 10 inches squared. Here we're going to talk about a few quadrilaterals. So shape number 1 is a square. It's a square because it has 4 equal sides, and those are my markings to show they're equal. And it also has 4 right angles, and those 4 will add up to 360 degrees. Shape 2 is a rectangle. Rectangles have opposite sides are equal and parallel. And for the angles, they also have 4 right angles or 90-degree angles, which add up to 360. And below, we have a parallelogram. A parallelogram have 2 pair of equal parallel sides. So here we have these sides would be equal and parallel, and these sides would be equal and parallel. And if you're curious what I'm going to look like in about 35-40 years, that's me up on the right. Bottom right, that's what I'm going to look like now when I see you next. So a few examples. First, we have our square. So I'm going to start off with my formula. Area equals base times height. And all 4 sides are equal, so all 4 sides will be 5 centimeters. So I'm going to substitute my next step. 5 times 5, because I have my base and my height. So area is going to be 5 times 5 is 25 centimeters squared. Example number 2, we have a rectangle. Step 1, write down the formula. Area is base times height. Step 2, substitute. Here is my base. 7 times my height is going to be 4. Area is 7 times 4, which is 28, and in this case, yards squared. And my last one, the parallelogram. Let's start off with the exact same formula. Area is base times height. My base is going to be 15, so when we substitute, 15 times height. Now, height is the distance from the top to bottom where it forms a perpendicular line or 90-degree angle or right angle. So I would use the 5 for the height, not the 7. We never use slanted lines for the height. So we're going to go times 5, and area is 15 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 1 plus 2 is 7. 75 centimeters squared. So that's how we find the area of some quadrilaterals. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.